Welcome back to Britain's Rare Guitars. I'm here with Rosie Hayden-Rich from Turnstone Guitars, and well, she's made this gorgeous instrument I have in my hands. Rosie, could you tell me a little bit about the woods in this guitar?
Absolutely. So this guitar is what's called an E-series. It's made entirely out of English woods. I do use traditional woods as well, but English woods is something that I've become interested in. Finding all the different woods that can be used for the different parts of the guitars, showing that you can use alternative woods, and equally maybe finding a new unique sound through experimenting with slightly different woods.
All right, well, let's have a run through this guitar. Let's start from the top.
Yep, so on the top we have English cherry, which is teamed with what we've got on the back and sides. A beautiful example of English cherry. On the back of the headstock we have English sycamore, which is very similar to European maple.
It's got that gorgeous flame on the very maple-esque.
Yeah, lovely flame. On the neck we have English walnut, which is 5-piece laminate, and that runs down into the binding, which is also used around the edge, and that's surrounded by London plain. On the top, if we flip it around, on the soundboard we have English grown Monterey cypress, and again kind of coming back to the cohesive theme of using woods and being inspired by more decoratively by woods than really anything else, using a nice simple cherry rosette here but also in the fret markers. And on the fretboard we have what's called bog oak, which is it's a cool wood with a cool story. It's about 5,000 years old. Fell into the bogs in East Anglia. The tannins in the oak reacted with the carbon and the minerals in the bog, which turned it this natural black colour. But it also has structurally, that process makes it more dense. So it's structurally great. It looks a little bit like ebony.
Yeah,
so aesthetically,
ebony-esque.
it works really nicely.
Yeah, you can see on the sides it's jet black.
Yeah, and it ranges hugely in colour. So you can get browns, light browns, but you equally can get this jet black example. Which,
yeah, if you look really close, you can almost see the old brown oak colour on the fretboard there.
And you can often see in it medullary rays, which you see in regular oak. When it's cut on the quarter, you get these lovely kind of rays, and you can get those in the fretboards as well.
Okay, well, let's have a look at this a minute, because this is called the
heel of
the
the guitar.
Well, this is a different kind of design, because I've always seen acoustic heels as a more of like a, you know, a curvy shape outwards like that.
Yeah, and that is the traditional way, but you're kind of seeing the squared off heel a little bit more in the custom world. It's I guess from a design perspective it's slightly unique, so you can kind of play around with the design of the square heel, but equally from a player's point of view, coming in at that sharper L angle compared to the more kind of extended taper, you get a lot more access. So it's from a comfort point of view as well.
The bits that you've sanded down on either side really fit the hand.
Help your hand get in.
Real nicely. Okay, and let's talk about these as well, the machine heads, because I think they're really doing it a favour, because that's brand new strings. This is relatively new strings.
Yeah.
And they're in weird tunings, and it's keeping its tune really well.
Tuning, yeah. These are Japanese tuners, so in this respect, I haven't stuck with the English theme, because they're just great tuners. They're the Goto 510s. They're the small version. They actually come in a slightly bigger version. They come in all different colours as well. Gear ratios as well, which kind of means how quickly you can get to tunings and how smooth it feels. They come, I think, 1 to 18 and 1 to 20, so it's this really nice kind of smooth feel. I absolutely love them.
So we actually met Rosie at the Birmingham Guitar Show, but the guys met you at the Holy Grail Guitar Show. Now you're the only lady luthier that I've ever met. Have you met any?
Certainly, yes. There are a few of us, but I guess on a grand scheme of luthiers, we are quite a rare breed, quite unusual.
Definitely. Could you give any advice maybe to any ladies out there that are thinking of becoming a luthier?
Certainly, I guess from my perspective, when way back when I became interested, I kind of thought, is this actually even something that women already do? So Google women luthiers, and you kind of find out about some of the women, the first women that kind of went into it. So Linda Manzer, Kathy Wingett in North America. were kind of started way back when, and you actually think, okay, so there are women doing it, and that gave me encouragement to think I can give this a go. So I guess from my point of view, the more women, and there are more and more women coming through, the more women that are getting out there and showing that we can do it, I hope kind of encourages people and other women to see that it can be done.
How did you get started though?
In 2010, there was an evening course at one of the universities in London. I was working there at the time. Literally was looking to get my head, I'm quite relatively a creative person, but I kind of got into my job and things like that, but looking just to get back into something more creative. I played as a late teenager, so that's kind of my connection to the guitar, and relatively good with my hands. So it was marrying those two together, just seeing if it was something that I might be interested in, and it kind of blew up from there, and I just wanted to absorb more and more, and it escalated from there into becoming a full-time thing.
Cool, so you say you started in 2010, it was more of a hobby, and 8 years later you're crafting these fantastic handmade instruments, custom design, and getting flown around the world to customers. You went to California, didn't you?
Yeah, just recently. Yeah. It takes a lot of perseverance. I can't say that it's easy, but yeah, if you've got tenacity and the patience for it, I think more than anything, and the right attitude for kind of dealing with the how can I put this, the kind of the curveballs that luthiery can throw you, and dealing with all of those things, that it's definitely something that has become my passion.
So this instrument is gorgeous. How long would it take to make an instrument like this?
Equivalent of labour for me, about one a month, but I build in batches. So say I'll build 2 or 3 at the same time. That'll be spread over, including finishing. It may actually be spread over a longer time, but equivalent in hours of about 1 a month.
All right, so a lot of lady hours.
Yes, lady hours, many lady hours.